Welcome back to Final Fantasy IX. We're in the Strange Factory, and we're gonna go
Ooh.
save Vivi. Yay!
But first,
Not checking the barrel? Oh, eye drops. I always found that like a really, really funny item. It's like you got darkness, which manifests either as sunglasses or as a black fog covering your face, and you use eye drops to cure it. Okay, sure.
not to mention this is this pretty big and elaborate chest, and
Well,
you open it up inside, you see the single drop of eye drops.
Well, I suppose it would like you'd have to take sunglasses off if you were using eye drops, and that might cure it.
Yeah, but if you can take the sunglasses off in the first place, why the hell do you need the eye drops?
Also, you can use eye drops really fucking quickly in battle, when in real life it's like, okay,
Not the face!
This is one of those situations where the pre-rendered backgrounds make it really obvious what you're supposed to search, because if the PlayStation 1 pre-rendered backgrounds had this problem really often, but especially in Resident Evil, the 3D objects just pop.
it's kind of, you know what it's kind of like? It's kind of like in cartoons, where if you see something that's more clearly animated than the map painting, like there, like you can tell that treasure chest isn't supposed to be examined because it's not 3D.
Yeah. And that's like, you know, like you glance at the screen and you know you're supposed to push something or examine something or whatever. It's interactable. Yeah, see? Why how could they possibly miss that box? It sticks out like a sore thumb.
And it's crying.
Oh, you sad, sad box. Let me just take this hatchet and put you out of your misery.
You guys
By the way-
get morbid when we do RPGs. Jesus Christ.
Well, if he dies, we can just use a Phoenix down on him.
Not Aerith, though.
Nah, she's dead.
Now, did you see the Aerith Lives DLC joke for the remake?
When
No,
you
I
buy
didn't.
her back.
Yeah, it's $50, and it's just Square swimming in a planet-sized pool of money.
Don't do that.
I actually wouldn't mind if they brought Eris back in some capacity late game, because Great Gospel is awesome.
Oh,
No.
They actually give her a limit break. Is that it?
Yeah, during the first disc, you can work your ass off to get Eris up to level 4 limit, and her final limit break, Great Gospel, heals your party to full HP, I think MP as well, and makes you temporarily invincible.
Oh, wow. Shit.
Yeah. The problem with that is, at disc 1, you're not taking enough damage from enemies that a level 4 limit break will fill up all that fast, so you probably will only get one chance to use it before she dies.
Yeah, the amount of times you use Great Gospel is equivalent to the amount of times your actual prayer will get answered. So don't bother.
Well, I guess it just depends on how.
Well, you know,
how much
I
you-
make it a personal goal to get Great Gospel before she dies, and to use it at least in one boss fight.
You got the patience for that, I don't.
Well, how
Well-
out of nowhere? I know. These days, it's kind of like a Darth Vader is Luke's dad kind of plot twist that everybody knows about. How out of nowhere was it that Eris died back in the day? Like, was that
Well, you know
supposed
what?
to be shocking?
In my experience, yes, Eris dying in that game was a blow to my heart, because I did get connected with Eris. But death in a Final Fantasy has been done plenty of times beforehand. You know, good lord, like check out the checklist for Final Fantasy IV. How many characters die in that
Palom
game?
and die, quote unquote, because most of them come back, except for like Tilla. But no, like poor Palom and Porum, that ate my heart out the first time I played that game.
Yeah, and, you know, Tella dies.
I don't
Sid,
think that's the
you
expression
think
you're looking for. But
you think Sid dies? You think Yang dies? Everyone drops like fucking flies in 4.
Yeah.
Some of them stay dead. Some of them stay dead. A lot of them are mostly dead. But you still lose something there.
Yeah.
I think, you know. But to think that, oh my God, Final Fantasy VII was the first to do that. No,
yeah,
it wasn't
Final
actually.
Fantasy V, you lost Golov halfway through the game, and he got replaced by his grandmother.
Oh, if you lose, like when you lose Sid in 6, if you don't feed him enough fast fish, seeing Celeste attempt suicide is heart
Oh
wrenching.
no, like, yeah, but
You know, so no, in that regard, what 7 did wasn't new.
It's just, it's
7 is the furthest game that
Yeah.
many people played.
Yeah, Final Fantasy 7 might as well be Final Fantasy 1 to some players.
Yeah,
It's
well,
just-
Final Fantasy VII was it was the game a lot of people started with, and that's why a lot of the moments have a nostalgic attachment to it.
It's
I
just
do-
more. I wonder how much impact that scene's gonna have to people when it's such a famous part of the game that everybody's gonna know it's coming in the
Yeah.
remake. Unless if we're talking about people who just don't even know the game at all, which I don't know how likely that is. But
Well,
that's off topic.
to be honest, okay, Aeris was so likable in Crisis Core that I think it will be. I think it will be gut wrenching when it happens, even though you know it's going to happen.
Okay.
As long as they keep that level of portrayal going.
Okay.
Like she barely appeared, but when she was on screen, she was well done.
If they're gonna, there's one thing about remake. Is the only thing I'll say for now, is that when they go into characterization, I hope they keep Aerith's, spunky personality.
Yeah.
Because after she died, she got very Messiah-like, and that made her boring.
Yeah, she just sort of shows up on screen in a flashback with her hands folded. But in Crisis Core, she had that element to her. She was written right.
Look,
Yeah.
Vivi, lots of U's.
So are you addicted to Vivi and say that they all look like him, or do you try to
No.
be nice? Oh, okay.
I'm nice because I like Vivi.
Oh,
You're a wizard, Vivi.
Yeah, I was aware of that. I'm a black mage.
It's kind of weird that that Vivi's kind of the don't want to say the angst character because I haven't played the game enough to say that yet, but he seems to have the most I don't know
He has the most personal conflict going on because he's dealing with an existential crisis here.
Yeah, that's actually the best way to put it. You don't expect the 8-year-olds to have that kind of plot going on. Like ever.
Yeah.
Well, honestly, how the hell would you react? More like, how would an 8-year-old react finding out that he may or may not been manufactured?
Oh man, and that's not even the worst part. The worst part is finding out, well, later on, he has the Solid Snake issue. Do you even know which Solid Snake issue I'm talking about?
Well, I know that Snake's a clone.
He can't stop smoking?
I know that Snake's a clone in that he's got the recessive genes, despite the fact that he's got brown hair, whereas Liquid has blonde hair, which is actually the recessive gene. Or I'm really
No, Liquid
Yeah, but
was
the-
the
but don't-
recessive
don't-
one.
no, I
Liquid was
thought
the
Liquid
recessive
had the
one.
dominant
But
gene.
you know what? None of that's important because that's not what I was talking about.
I barely get what's going on right now. If you expect me to understand Metal Gear Solid without having played it, I don't even know what to say.
Yeah, well, okay. Do you want the spoiler or not?
I really don't care. When it
Okay,
comes to
well-
Metal Gear Solid, if we're talking about Metal Gear Solid, because...
Well, like Solid Snake, Vivi has a very short lifespan.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
Oh.
So by the time the ending of this game happens, Vivi is dead.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's... Oh, that's...
Don't worry, he goes through the entire adventure, but by the ending, he's dead.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah. The ending takes place, like, I don't know, a year later.
I think it's a year, or maybe a few months, but... Vivi... Alright, but if we're going in spoiler territory at that point, we might as well discuss how old Vivi actually is.
He's a year, I believe.
He's 6 months.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
He is 6 months old at the time of this game.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, built to look like an 8-year-old. And, yeah.
And he expires in a year. Okay. But,
That's a shitty expiration date.
They even managed to make that seem uplifting and charming in the end. You'll see.
Okay, I'm taking your word for it. If I cry, it's your
It's like-
fault.
He's got this really sad element to him, but they also give him plenty of character resolution so that you don't feel like it was wasted.
Yeah, I would say Vivi is one of the most developed characters in the entire game.
That and he
No,
has lots
easily.
of kids.
Wait, what?
So he fucks like rabbits, too. Okay, I get it.
Damn, man, you're not even a year old.
Maybe he reproduces asexually.
I've heard of cradle robbing, but this is ridiculous.
This is the cradle robbing you.
Poke it with a sword.
I always pick it.
The barrel moves. Obviously, I must attack it.
What happens if you
Doink.
choose the other option?
It just keeps shaking until you decide to poke it with a sword.
Oh.
No, I think I think you're able to kick it, maybe? I don't know. Something a little less violent than sticking Zidane in the butt with a sword.
I do love the reaction, because he's like, dude, what the fuck? But, yeah.
Meanwhile, Vivi is depressed.
Well, you know, Steiner, if you hadn't gone off on your own and had gone adventuring with us, you could have shared some space in the barrow with us, too. Oh God, we would have all died. Thanks for going away.
Something random is heading this way.
Right. Black Waltz number 2 is the teleporting Black Waltz, which in a turn-based RPG means absolutely nothing.
Nope. Just gives him a flashier intro. Actually, his teleport mechanism kind of went haywire there for a second. Because you can clearly see he overshot his distance.
Whew.
Okay.
Yeah, you can see for boss battles, the swoosh zooms in first before swirling out.
Yeah.
That's it, though. Nothing means anything else.
I do like the boss theme for this game, but it's actually my least favorite of the PlayStation boss themes.
It's you know what, it didn't click with me, but that's mostly just because when it comes to boss music in RPGs especially, I prefer the more high energy ones than the ominous sounding ones. And this leans a little bit too on the ominous side for me, I guess. It is pretty heart pumping though.
Was the steepled hat the rare item?
Yes.
Yes.
You lucky asshole.
I told you, I get really lucky in this playthrough overall. Besides the fairy flute.
Menacing, I think, is the best way to put this song. And I like it because of that. But I agree, the high energy sound. Because I love Sevens. Those who fight further and those who... what was the name of 8's track? Force Your Way, I think it was?
Force Your Way, yeah.
Yeah.
I love goody,
8's
Vivi's
track.
entranced. Time for some double black.
Alright, I'm going to give my hat some Vicodin and some Viagra.
Wait, hold on. Is it actually called double black?
Yeah, you use 2 black magics.
What?
I'll tell you when you're older, John.
I'm 28.
I'll tell you when you're older.
He's older than you are.
It's not the years, kid. It's the mind.
I see. Ted has the appearance of a 20-something-year-old, but has the mind of a 5-year-old.
Oh, right. This boss is actually using something that I didn't know existed until halfway through the game. If you hit one of the shoulder buttons while you're targeting a single target spell, you can spread the damage out across the entire enemy party.
Yeah, something they got rid of in favor of the all materia in 7. I don't know what 8 did to do that, but...
It didn't.
It didn't.
It just didn't.
Wait, they got rid of multi-targeting?
Yeah, in Final Fantasy VII, to multi-target, you needed to use the all materia, and you could only do it so many times per battle, depending on what level your all materia was.
That's dumb. I'm just gonna be honest, that's, really dumb. Being able to attack multiple people is...
Well, yeah, but here's the thing, okay? Final Fantasy VII at least had the option. This has the multi-targeting. 8 and 10 don't have it at all.
Alright, I find it odd just giving you the option, as a... It's because, multi-targeting in Final Fantasy has always been pretty fair by my standards. You do damage across all enemies, but it's generally weaker than
it's spread
attacking
out,
one
yeah.
at a time, so...
Yeah, it's spread out, and the more targets you target, the less damage you do to each one. But,
Well, did he even get a chance to cast the Tier 2 magic on you?
Nope.
He did that to me, I know for a fact. Because...
They actually removed a lot of old school elements. Final Fantasy VIII didn't have Rose. Neither does 10.
No, it didn't. You're right. You're absolutely right.
Yeah. In Final Fantasy VIII, in Final Fantasy VII, rather, I never use the Rose because I keep everyone in the front row so the limit breaks will fill faster. But that's just my preference.
I keep Barrett in the back row at all times.
Wait, Barrett?
Barrett has a gun. He can attack from the back row.
He's a distance fighter.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, some of his weapons are melee, but
Give him
only specific ones.
Rocket punch.
Rocket punch, atomic scissors, that sort of thing, where instead of attaching a gun to his arm, he attaches a big heavy weapon to it. But those are actually fairly rare weapons, so you won't be doing that most of the game. But, you can also attach a special materia to your weapons in 7 that gives them ranged properties, which is actually pretty useful because not only does it let you attack from the back row, it also lets you attack enemies that are technically out of range of melee attacks, like, say, the final boss when he's hovering above and about to do this supernova.
Doesn't the supernova not actually kill you, though? in Final?
Yeah, the supernova attack does like.
It's
75
gravity based.
It does like 75% of your health.
Yeah, it's gravity based. It can never kill you. Really fucking weird considering the summoning animation, but whatever. I think it could kill you in the Japanese version, though. I think it wasn't made gravity based until the American release.
Yeah.
It was also a lot shorter in the Japanese version.
Yeah.
So I love 7, but Jesus Christ.
So is there anything else to do in the town?
Nope.
Nope. Okay.
No, not really. Stock up your stuff, spend a night at the inn, and then get moving.
Save your game.
Yep.